Starts out very strong.
Oh, we're going to go out that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can actually watch.
Steady EMF 0.3 electromagnetic field. The advantage to this piece of equipment is you can actually track the spirits using this. See the temperature? The temperature fluctuations 63, 64. You can actually, what I found with this, when you're, I don't know why we're still getting this continuous, we're getting a steady of 0.6. When it fluctuates, when it's steady like that, it's usually not the paranormal. It's when you get the fluctuations that go. The theory behind electromagnetic fields is spirits supposedly give off an electromagnetic field when they either try to communicate with you or move an object or to appear or something. They will, you notice the temperature already coming up?
Right.
But you can actually take this thing, it's really neat, you can actually take this and ask questions. Like, are you here with us? Show us one time and you'll see a spike go, it might jump up to like 8 point or 10 point or something. We also use these for baselines. We take it and run it along the thing and see if we get like a high EMF anywhere.
Okay.
That way we know, let's say that there's a television here, we're getting a high electromagnetic field here, then we know that if we get a high EMF here again, it's already been baseline. We already know there's going to be a high EMF there.
Right.
Make sense? The temperature, that's ambient temperature, that's not surface temperature. Huge difference with the ambient temperature and the surface temperature. If I was to take the infrared thermometer and point it in my hand, at this distance it might be 87.5. Right here, it might be 82.5. Right here, 79.5.
Okay.
Did the temperature of my hand change?
No.
It's the distance that it's measuring, the distance of the amount of proton that comes back. It shoots up protons and it measures the amount of protons that come back. That's where you get surface temperature. So it's not exact, it's not precise. Ambient temperature, on the other hand, is something different. Ambient temperature is about the size of a beach ball around this probe here. Watch how sensitive this is.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You can actually take that. When you have a cold spot or a spirit that comes near you, you can actually take this and see it's warmer here, it's colder here, oh, it's colder here. You can actually take it and follow the spirit.
Right.
Is what you can do with that ambient temperature.
Okay.
Now what I found is when this goes up, that goes down.
Okay.
You get a high EMF and they're doing stuff around, something's going on. I noticed that the ambient temperature gets colder.
Okay.
It's colder there. That's what I found. in this room, I set up the paranormal puck. Set it right on that bed. On the paranormal puck, it was getting words over and over and over again. The name Alice, the number 6, the word million, drawer, dresser, floor, note, over and over and over and over and over again.
Mhm.
Okay? Me being an investigator that I am, I get my trusty flashlight and I get up on my hands and knees and I'm pulling out the dressers and looking underneath and thinking maybe there's a note or something underneath there or something taped up underneath. You know, I don't know. I have no idea. I was up underneath this bed, underneath that dresser, came across this one right here. On my hands and knees, underneath this armoire right here,
Mhm.
found a little piece of paper. Pulled a little piece of paper out. You can tell the housekeeping never cleaned underneath there.
Right.
Probably 2 years or 3 years since they cleaned underneath there. Found a little note underneath there. On one it was said 6 period and the first word was a million. It was a corner of the page with the little Bible that come out of that door there. Now, what's the chances of this paranormal park telling us all these things, and then I find a note exactly on the floor, by the dresser, or by the drawer it said, because it doesn't say dresser, with the name, with the number 6 on it and the word million on it.
Mhm.
What's the chances of that happening? That's when I started to believe that there's something to the puck. There's something, it's more than just chance.
Right.
It's more than just random. There's something, I could honestly say 75 to 80% of our investigations have something with the paranormal puck that's relevant to the investigation location that we're doing. Or the person that passed away, or something related to that investigation, the paranormal puck is picked up. Really good stuff. When we're doing EVP sessions, EVP electronic voice phenomena, we don't know why these things happen, we just happen to capture them. A lot of times we don't hear them.
Right.
Most of the time you'll pick it up on an electronic voice recorder.
Right.
When you're asking questions like, what is your name? For one, you don't want to whisper. You want to make sure you're talking in a loud enough voice because it
Right. Yeah.
They'll pick that up, like they don't know what that is. Investigators know that was me whispering. If you talk into something, you knock something over, you make a noise that the machine's going to pick up,
Mhm.
you want to say, investigators know. That was Josh and I stubbed my toe, or whatever. You know what I mean? When you're asking questions, they don't, spirits are not in the same time schedule as we are, we're not clocked or anything, right? Sometimes when you ask a question like, what is your name? They might be answering you at the exact same time you're asking a question. Or they could wait 20 seconds later and answer that question.
Mhm.
So when you're asking questions like, how old are you? You want to wait 20 or 30 seconds at least before you ask another question to give them the opportunity to answer you.
Mhm.
Make sense? If you want to, with that, what I would recommend is go around every single wall, up, down, things like that. See if you can get a baseline. See if you can get any height enough spikes up there. I know you'll probably get it.
Yeah.
See that? You're getting 23. It's extremely high EMF. And it goes right like that. That's how sensitive this thing is. It's really good.
Okay.
Get a baseline of the entire room.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to start taking